The storm arrived long before Ethan Hale reached the house. Rain hammered the windshield in violent sheets, turning the world into a smear of gray and shadow. His GPS insisted he was close, though the road ahead looked more like a forgotten trail than anything meant for cars. Branches clawed at the sides of his SUV as he crawled forward, tires sinking into mud that felt almost eager to swallow him whole. He should have turned back, but the email had been clear. Your mother left something for you. Come alone. His mother had been dead for 12 years. The house appeared suddenly an enormous Victorian structure rising from the darkness like a resurrected corpse. Its windows were black, its roof sagging, its porch half collapsed. Yet something about it felt awake, as if it had been waiting. Ethan stepped out into the storm, clutching his jacket tight. The air smelled of wet earth and something older, something metallic, like rusted iron or dried blood. The front door creaked open on its own. He froze. Lightning flashed, illuminating the hallway beyond. Dust swirled in the air. The wallpaper peeled like rotting skin. And at the far end of the corridor, he saw a figure. A woman, still, watching. Mom, he whispered before he could stop himself. The lightning faded. The figure vanished. Ethan swallowed hard and stepped inside. The house that remembers. The door slammed shut behind him. He spun around, heart pounding, but the knob refused to turn. The house groaned, its wooden bones shifting as if adjusting to his presence. A cold draft slithered across the floor, brushing his ankles like skeletal fingers. He pulled out his phone, no signal. A staircase rose ahead, its steps warped and splintered. To the right, a living room lay in ruins. Overturned furniture, shattered glass, a fireplace filled with ash that looked disturbingly fresh. To the left, a hallway stretched into darkness. A whisper drifted from the shadows. Ethan, he froze. That voice, soft, trembling, was unmistakable. His mother. He followed the sound down the hallway, each step sinking into the soft, damp wood. Family portraits lined the walls, but the faces were wrong. Their eyes were too wide, their mouths twisted into expressions of terror. One portrait showed a woman who looked exactly like his mother, except her eyes were hollow, black pits. The whisper came again, closer this time. Help me. A door at the end of the hall creaked open. Inside was a small bedroom. A child's bedroom, his childhood bedroom. But he had never been here before. The toys were arranged exactly as he remembered from his real home. The bedspread was the same faded blue. Even the stuffed bear with the missing eye sat in the corner, staring at him with its lopsided grin. How? He breathed. The closet door rattled. Something inside was trying to get out. Ethan backed away, but the door burst open with a violent crack. A figure stumbled out thin, trembling, wrapped in a hospital gown stained with brownish red streaks. His mother, or what was left of her. Her skin was pale and stretched tight over her bones. Her hair hung in wet clumps. Her eyes, once warm, were now clouded, unfocused, as if she were trapped between worlds. Ethan, she rasped. You shouldn't have come. He reached for her, but she recoiled, shaking her head violently. It's awake, she whispered. It knows you're here. What knows? The house, too. The dead do not rest here. The floorboards trembled beneath them. A deep, guttural moan echoed through the walls, vibrating the air. His mother clutched his arm with surprising strength. He feeds on memory, she said, on grief. On the pieces of us we try to forget. The lights flickered. The walls pulsed like living flesh. Ethan pulled her toward the hallway, but the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The temperature dropped so fast his breath turned to mist. The shadows in the room thickened, gathering in the corners like spilled ink. They rose, twisting into shapes, elongated limbs, distorted faces, mouths stretched impossibly wide. The dead, dozens of them, their whispers overlapped in a chorus of agony. Stay, join us. The house is hungry. His mother shoved him toward the window. "Go. What about you?" "I'm already dead," she said softly. "But you still have a chance." The shadows lunged. Ethan smashed the window with a chair and climbed onto the ledge. The storm raged outside, wind whipping his face. He looked back one last time. His mother stood surrounded by the dead, her expression calm, almost peaceful. "Run," she whispered. He jumped. 3. The house wants him back. He hit the ground hard, rolling through mud and broken branches. Pain shot through his leg, but he forced himself up. The house loomed above him, its windows glowing with a sickly yellow light. Something moved behind the glass, something massive. He limped toward the tree line, but the ground beneath him shifted. Roots burst from the soil, wrapping around his ankles like serpents. He fell face first into the mud as the roots dragged him back toward the porch. "No, let go," the house groaned, its front door yawning open like a mouth. A voice boomed from within, deep, ancient, inhuman. "You belong to me." Ethan clawed at the ground, grabbing rocks, branches, anything he could use. His fingers bled, his nails cracked, but the roots pulled harder. Then, a scream tore through the night, his mother's scream. The roots hesitated. Ethan seized the moment, grabbing a jagged piece of metal and hacking at the roots until they snapped. He scrambled to his feet and ran, ignoring the pain, ignoring the storm, ignoring the house roaring behind him. He didn't stop until he reached the road. A pair of headlights appeared in the distance. He waved frantically. The car slowed. A woman rolled down her window. "Are you all right? You look like you've seen a ghost." He stared back at the forest where the house had been. It was gone. Only darkness remained. 4. But the dead follow. Ethan returned to the city, trying to rebuild his life, but the nightmares never stopped. He saw the house in every reflection, every shadow, every corner of his apartment. Sometimes he heard his mother's voice whispering from behind the walls. One night, he found a note slipped under his door. Same handwriting as the email, same message. "Your mother left something for you. Come alone." His phone buzzed. A new address, a new house. Ethan stared at the message, dread curling in his stomach. The house wasn't done with him. It never would be. Because once you enter the house of dead, you never truly leave.